Well, we're back with another video and I'm pretty excited because I've been sent a new set of rails. Now, I was watching the Sean Goff skateboarding YouTube channel and he was doing one of his Ace unboxing videos. And when he pulled out a set of these sparking Rail Devil rails, I couldn't help but pull the pin and get them sent over. Now, my earliest memories of skateboarding were things like the Back to the Future films and also Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. And in both of those, the skateboard was always sparking away, creating loads of excitement. I also like watching the Formula One, and whenever there's sparking in Formula One, it's always linked with excitement and drama. So I can't wait to get these out of the packet. I'm going to reflect on how easy they are to fit, also go through the construction, and then most importantly, get out there, skate them, and see how well they work. Now, let's get into this packet and see what we're dealing with. So just pull one of these out. Now, to me, these look very similar to pig rails. And there's some big flints on the top, and I'm quite surprised these are so raised up, but we'll see how that works in due course. There's also a bit of sticky on the back here, which is a nice feature because it allowed me place the rails on the deck and also stop the rail rattle. Now, I've always fitted rails to my deck. I really like the way that they increase the length of my slides, and I really like doing slides on transition. Also like doing them on the spine and also on curbs. And I'm going to fit these rails on the first deck I ever bought. Now you can see that the rails on this deck were fitted a bit too far towards the edge. And now they're worn down, it's starting to wear away on the deck. So one of the other advantages of rails for me is that they help to protect the graphic. And this graphic is pretty nice. So I've been meaning to reposition these rails for a while. And I think refitting these rails will give me the opportunity to do that. We've also got in this packet a sticker, and you can't have too many stickers, and this says Tail Devils. I think this is the parent company and they make a tail that sparks. I think you can also get trucks that spark as well, so who knows where this will lead. We've also got a rather handy drill bit, and that's a nice inclusion because I quite often find that I'm digging around for the right drill bit to screw these screws in, and hopefully that will fit these screws just nice, making the fitment nice and easy. We've also got loads of screws in here, and that's pretty nice because I always find I lose a few of these, so it looks like we've got spares. And then we've also got the card itself, which has got some installation instructions. So it says peel off the adhesive backing and then screw them in and then get out there and spark it up. Oh my gosh. So enough of my yakking. I'm going to whip these old rails off. I'm going to fit these new ones on. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, we're all finished and she's looking pretty aggressive. I reckon these rails are the easiest I've ever tried to fit. That sticky back helped get them in place, and then the included screwdriver bit worked a treat with the screws. There was a handy hint on the back that said just finish them off by hand, and I did that and it helped me find the biting point. I found in the past if I use the electric screwdriver, it's easy to overcook it and then the screw just gets rid of all the material and just keeps going round and round. It doesn't really hold in place. I popped on the trucks and wheels from the Winkowski that I set up recently, and I can't wait to get out there, see if I can get some sparks going. Okay, I'm back at Concrete Waves. It's a bit of a gloomy day, and I don't usually film when it's gloomy, but I think it could be a bit of an advantage today, see if we can get a few sparks going. So I'm going to send it in, see how we get on. Okay, first few tries and she's definitely sparking, but I'm finding those flints stick out so far that they're really gripping on the coping and it's changing the feel of my board slide. So I'm hoping that once they wear down, I'll be able to get a little bit more of the plastic railing gauge. It'll feel a bit normal and I'll be able to make a few in. Oh, okay, those flints have started to wear down now. Starting to feel a little bit more like a regular rail, and I'm starting to make a few board slides. I'm not sure whether it's sparking or not. I can't see from the rider's position, so I think board slide on the coping seems to be something reserved for other people to enjoy. Oh, crikey, came off a bit awkward and I've managed to bend my knee back and it feels a bit tweaked. Also sort of spraying my ankle a bit, so that might be it for me today. I think I might be able to skate the curb a little bit, which was the other part of the park I wanted to try. But I might hand the board over to Jake, Sam and Bones, bit of a stunt team, see if they can get some bits and bobs going on the other parts of the park. Now, I'm finding that as the rails wear down and those sort of flints wear down, the sparking reduces quite dramatically. So I'm starting to see why those flints stick out so much. But the usability of the rail does increase as those flints wear down because it starts to slide quite nicely. So I'm going to flip these rails around the other way, see if we can get some sparks going over the other side. Well, that's it for this video, and that was a lot of fun. I think to start with, these rails with the flints fully out create a load of sparks, but they're not the easiest to use. I found I had to go proper fast to get the board slide to happen. And there's definitely a sweet spot. Once the flints wear down, they still spark, but the rail starts to come into play. Once the flints are fully worn down, it sort of just works as a really nice rail, but there's minimal sparkage. Now, I think some of the things that would help the sparking to happen would be really rough surfaces like curbs, where a lot of the flints can come into contact. I think with the side of the pool on the coping, there's only a very small contact patch. So if that falls in between the flints, you won't get sparking there either. Now, I tweaked my knee on proper miffed that I couldn't really skate the curb as much as I wanted to, but we managed to get a few sparks going. Once those flints wear down, I flicked the rails around the other side to see if we could get a bit more life out of it. Now, in conclusion, these rails are probably the easiest I've ever had to fit. They are a bit more expensive, and you get that bit of fun to start with when the flints are sticking out. Once the flints are worn away, you just end up with quite a nice set of rails that work pretty much like any other set of rails. So it's a lot of fun. Let me know what you think of these in the comments below. I think another thing that would help these rails to spark a lot would be to use them at dusk or at night. I picked a gloomy day and it still didn't come out on the camera awfully well. Anyway, enough of my yakking. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next time.